Hey guys, welcome back to another game of Call of Cthulhu. Last time we tried to do the Shambler, didn't go that well, so we're gonna try again this time. Hopefully I can get done first try, but we'll see. Not looking forward to this. I hate this part. This is the one part of the game I just hate. I don't know why. I don't know if it just freaks me out that much or if there's like a phobia for something like this and I have it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try to do it.
What the hell was that?
The less time I have with this thing, the better. Yep, of course he's right behind me. And I'm dead. Because he's just going to sit there, and I'm going to have to come out. Go away! Like, I'm screwed. I should have just kept going. Oh my god. And why are you so scared of enclosed faces? I should grab the dagger. Damn it. Go away. Don't go further in. Bro, are you that blind? I'm not in there. Don't camp there. Please, go away! Oh my god. Go away, please.
Down. This dagger looks different.
Oh my god. What are you doing? Come on. Please. Die! You bitch! Yes! Oh my god. That's right. Go away. Do not come back another day. Do not pass go. Do not get $500. Oh my god. What the fuck?
What's the matter with
hate that. Nope. Hell no.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
Really?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Okay. Oh my god. Can I check before I go? I forgot to put it in the phonogram. Whatever's fine. I'll probably find another one later. Oh, I'm so scared to even freak out my language. God. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. Oh, great.
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. Yeah, truth to get yourself killed. History of Darkwater, Volume 4. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up till then the region was a favored refuge for citizens. Citizens. I don't know how to say that word, that's weird. Isn't that like squids and stuff? In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. The miraculous catch. Darkwater History, Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rock surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Any other history books in here? Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky. At the end of the 19th century, the creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the texts of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. Almost level 4 with the Colt. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 2. As precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgeries specific to the malformations and motor disorders. Would I read the book? Yes.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Malleus Bestiarum. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I've never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Found occult items. Yeah, because now I'm level 4. Improving this increases my chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing my knowledge on the myth. Well, I'm almost there. Put 1 into you and then 1 into eloquence. Sanity. The Meet the Shambler. It is in Francis Sanders' private gallery that Pierce discovers the identity of the Shambler, a huge artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins. When Pierce Approached it, a creature burst forth from the painting and immediately chased after him. This beast from another dimension had such a hold on the mind of a person who finds himself in its presence that a simple glimpse in its direction is enough for Pierce to lose some sanity. Pierce finally managed to send the shambler back to the painting, using a dagger engraved with a strange symbol. But this encounter has left its mark on the psyche of the investigator. Still under the influence of the creature, he almost stabbed his own hand. Okay. Places. Occult. We read that. The Dagger of the Asians. We read that too. And we know about that. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, clues here. If you guys want to read through that. And then I think I skipped one of these. I think it was this one. The controversial practice of bleeding is still exercised today. This book explains in minute detail the different methods as well as the instruments required. These methods are outdated, not very effective, and it is to be hoped that the reading of such a work is purely for historical purposes. Okay. We're going crazy. That's the whole point of this playthrough.
What happened here?
I'll try another one where I don't go crazy, or at least I try not to. It seems really hard though because there's a lot of forced events. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is very well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. I'm like one away from getting Medicine 3.
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. The Hound. Okay. Let's look.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Well, it's obvious here.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, he could have used a rock. Then he walked this way.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
He was leaving. Looks like he's hurt. Nothing back there.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Maybe he has a hobble or something. Maybe drunk.
What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
It's like a protection ward. Almost.
What the? Charles Hawkins?
Like an expulsion ritual. Okay.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Necronomicon? That's what I would
Drake
hide.
put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Is that everything? Flashbang. Ah! I don't know the combo. I can look around. Looks like he was here, yeah.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Okay. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and my bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they may be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to my combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination to the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor suffer from your actions. There's some spelling mistakes in this game, but it's overall good.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Honestly, I found these sleeping pills in the bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia?
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Key of Rely, however you say that, file. This key that bears the Elder sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of this artifact. Try to find it. Okay, it's not in here. Where work and
Arkham
study.
editions. Never heard of him.
A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Reedition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxury a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Massa di Requiem per Shugai, opera in 8 acts. Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Chaite Brodiguera, an infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. This volume is part of the blah 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 blah.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
The Prophecies, a collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse. Written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Whitebridge. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology.
Arkham Editions? Never heard of him.
A book of spells supposedly written... Oh, did I read that?
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Is this the
Arkham
same one as
Editions?
that?
Never heard of him.
So there's 2 4s.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement, written by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. This volume is part of the anthology.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Coplius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Arkham Editions? Never heard of him.
An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A collection of essays and American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology. Okay, there's all those. Is there any others I gotta do? Work and home. That's what it said. Oh.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Yeah. Is there a gramophone in here? Oh, it is.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. And these red drops, like precious
Red
stones,
drops
lie
blood?
fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the
Rubies?
Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham Editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed
9.
particularly relevant to my research.
So
I
number
never
3 is
tire of
9.
browsing through them.
So
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And
ruby or
Drake talked about a particular volume.
I am
yeah,
willing to pay to know its
it was 9. As 8 should be IX.
So
There you go.
these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Yep. What do I do about it?
What did Drake say about this collection?
Red drops.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
This one.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Where's
What
IX?
did Drake
Do I
say
gotta
about
open
this
it?
collection?
Volume 9. Is there a specific one?
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Number 9. Number 9. So from what I gathered, this one, no. Wrong one. There you go. This one's 9. I don't know what the others are. I gotta look around for, there's gotta be more, right? That's like blood in
So these are the volumes that
gold.
Drake was talking about in his message.
Albert, no.
What did Drake say about this collection?
That's not that one.
Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a
The
particular
prophecies.
volume.
This could be about like when he's like, I will not let
So
destiny.
these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
Bro. Let me double check. It said 9, right?
The Queen has little protection.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's not all just books. So it's...
I finally understood that dear friend. I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research.
Azathoth and Other Horrors. That was not 9.
Drake talked about a
This
particular
is 9.
volume.
Oh, it is. Never mind. So it's 9 for the 3rd digit. This one,
The Queen has little protection.
is it about how many pieces are on the board? If so, that'd be 4. Or is it about checkmate move? And then the other one's like blood on gold. Or something like that. Or maybe rubies on gold. Can't read that. Rubies on gold. So this is 4, I think. 4, 9 something. I could try force it. Okay. Well, I'm wrong about something then. Where's red? Red on gold.
The Queen has little protection.
Sorry, I'll figure this out, guys. Red on gold.
So these are the volumes
So
that Drake was talking about in his message.
Or is it supposed to be 9? 1908, 18. That's 9. I know what red on gold would be. Unless there's something I picked up here. Wait. Combine in the Greek world. Order is the pleasure of reason. Reason usually prevails in the end. So it is an order, I think.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
It's talking about like rubies, but I don't get what the Henry part has to do with it. Nothing here on rubies, right? Or gems? Stones?
What
Or
did
maybe
Drake
Ameri-
say about this collection?
Not American
Drake
mythology,
talked
is
about
it?
a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
No.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
That one's 9. This one, unless it's 3. Yes, okay. I was gonna say, unless it's not counting the king, which it wasn't. Okay. Maybe Henry was the author of number 5. I don't know. Great. Oh, that's not good. What? In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. I don't know I can't pronounce some words. Burgerly. Yeah, whatever. I discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. We can do that now? That's nice to know. Okay.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will.
Bro, what's all this dust floating around?
What are his symptoms?
I didn't...
You did... I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Talking about Fitzroy?
I see.
Do you have other questions?
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Bro.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him.
Bro looks dead, to be honest.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Oh, that's not good at all.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No.
Can't be.
Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by
Oh,
itself.
screw him.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You
Was he
have
turned
to.
into an octopus?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
No, duh.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No,
I do.
this poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations, and this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've
Right.
done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction
Sick
does.
freak.
I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the
Bro.
meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Mr. Scratch, it seems like.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Good job.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
There's sleeping pills again. Oh, insomnia on an entire
This
island. You
place
gotta
draws
see
you
it's
in
a
and
problem.
never lets you go. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Yeah, like, bro. Oh, we in trouble.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Bro has no eyeballs.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
I got you, man. Oh, God. Did you put it in? Oh, God. That's gotta be terrible.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
I can't read that.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
The one that hides the smuggling business.
Oh no, not them. They don't go on that side of the island. Everyone in his place. The captain on one side, Cat on the other, and me.
Yeah.
Well, I've been to the whaling station, I have.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And
Ouch.
that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep.
Okay.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Uh-huh.
Mrs. Sanders?
Is she dead? Bro. What the hell is happening?
She recently
Everything's
came
going to
back from the
crap.
surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
How the hell?
What is the boiler room key doing here?
Take
The
it.
key to the boiler room.
Can I
Not
not
where I
take it?
expected to find it.
Okay, I guess if I need it, I know where it is. Unless somebody moves it later. That's why I can't grab it.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Organic vapors.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Yeah, the only stuff I've seen like that where it's like, here's like a mushroom fungal spread or maybe some kind of bug that causes that, but geez.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White
Jeez.
froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Yeah, the binds.
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Yeah, do your damn job. Make me have to do all the work. Jeez. You walk away. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Hawkins wing.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but... It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Dr. Colden. Do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
Doctor. Bradley! What's up, my guy?
Ethan,
Marie,
Oh, you're on
What
a
are you
first
doing
name basis.
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
I got you.
tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know
Possibly.
yet, but I will figure all this out.
Plus, you know,
Everyone in
Cthulhu.
Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Diphtheria is deadly. Immunization is the safeguard. Asthma cigarettes? Ah, yes. Smoke
Where did my
into your
fiancée
lungs.
go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work. Where did my fiancée go?
Who's
I
your
hope
fiancé?
those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
I don't get
talk
why
to
they
you?
have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Yeah, everyone's down in the psychiatric ward.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. Next time we'll, I guess, go around as Marie and try to figure out what the heck is happening and why Fuller is being super evil. And why is there a hiding cabinet here? That's not good. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.